All right, class, today we're going to be learning about story structure, so how a story is made. So the first part of the story is the introduction, and this is the beginning of the story. And this introduces the characters and the setting and part of the plot. So our example is going to be Little Red Riding Hood. So you see here, once upon a time, that tells you what time the story takes place. There's a girl named Little Red Riding Hood, so there's your character. She wore a red hood, more about the character, and she lived on the edge of the forest. So this is all introducing the story. The next part is called the rising action, and this introduces the conflict or the problem that happens in the story. So with Little Red Riding Hood, her problem is that she meets the wolf, and she gets distracted. He asks her where she's going, and he went to Grandma's house. So this is all part of Grandma's house. So this is all part of the rising action. Climax is when the big problem actually happens. So here it's when the wolf eats Grandma and dresses up in her clothes, and when he's waiting for Little Red Riding Hood. And then he eats Little Red Riding Hood, so that's the climax. The falling action is where we start to find the solution to the problem. So the solution to the problem, Little Red Riding Hood, is the hunter walking by, seeing the wolf, and he saves Grandma and Little Red. And the very last part is the resolution. What lesson did the character learn? And Little Red learned that she should listen to her mother, stay on the path, and not waste time going to Grandma's. So let's go over the names again. So we start with the introduction, then we have the rising action, then we have the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. So let's play a game kind of to review what we learned. So here's a diagram of how a story looks. So who wants to come up and put where the introduction should go? Madison. Good job, Madison. The introduction is the beginning of the story. All right, who wants to put what goes after the introduction? Who wants to volunteer? Chelsea! That's right, rising action comes after the introduction. Good. All right, what comes in the very middle of the story?
Climax.
Climax, that's right. What comes after the climax? Falling action, that's right, Chelsea. Falling action. And then we end the story with the
Resolution.
resolution. Good job, class.